so hard and he won. Although he was invalid, he won. And he had to help the other brother who was valid to drag him back to the shore. I mean, I look at this show and I say, it's the determination. You know, not whether you are born valid or invalid. But the scientists want to classify the valid and invalid. And this brings me back to Times magazine, which I read about Times June, July last year, about DNA and all that. Whether or not we should change the IQ of the child. And this is food for serious thought. Now you are praying to the Creator. You pray to the Creator. You accept nature as it comes. And you know that you need to go to examination in life and you die. So your life itself is an examination. So do we support this classification of human beings or not? If a time were to come. Now they select genes. Try to get the best of the genes, you know. What is going to happen if this thing really, you know, given the interpretation, you know, practical interpretation that they are going to actually implement it? What is it going to be? Every wish man will want to have the best genes and have the son with the highest IQ or daughter. They can select now a girl or a boy. They don't live to nature. They want to tamper with nature. So what are you going to do about it? Whether you accept it or not, you have to think very carefully. And in this show, finally the scientists succeeded in sending Mary to Jakarta, the planet, because he was the imperfect of the perfect. He was the invalid of the valid. Invalid made valid. Because of what? Because of the help of the scientist. I know in the show, you want to get to know a girl, a particular girl, and the girl wants to know a particular man. What they have to do is just get one string of hair, and then they have the counter. You give the string of hair to the counter come out with the result 9.3, almost 10. This is a man. Now what's going to happen? They actually want the woman with high intelligence to get married to a man with a higher intelligence. And that reminds me of one time there was a policy in Singapore that said, hey, get the graduate, graduate. Now, are we tampering with nature or not in that manner? We are not so and we must find out whether it's right or wrong. Or for that matter, two is enough. Two is enough, 2 children, that's all, no more. Then later they found that 2 is to make a shortage in this country. 2 is not. Never mind. We have 2. This time the 2 is different. One man take 2 lah, quietly or quiet. Things like that happen, you know. I mean, you see, they try to, you know, sometimes be smart. Of course, human beings, you know, they smart cars, but sometimes it can also be wrong. If once you start tampering with nature, then you come to this life, it may be wrong, it may be wrong. The two is enough, there is no two is not enough. You see, the other way you on the point, one officer, one officer. They have more than two. See, then again, go back to square one. Why don't we just invent recipes for nature to survive and the earth to survive from nature? That will definitely be living nature, and for earth to survive. Let it be complementary. That nature is there, you accept it. You don't try to tamper with nature and all that. And some will, of course, tell me if there's no way what's going to happen. It's going to tamper with nature. So, clouding, seed clouding and all that, so they can have rain. Well, it's true, sometimes you tamper with nature, but the best thing is to leave nature alone. And then, and you must help also to keep nature as it is, like the environmental bodies and all that. You have the environmental organizations, to help to keep nature, to try not to cut down the trees, and to try not to do open burning and all that. It helps. But then again, we have people who couldn't care less for money's sake. They destroy the environment and cutting down the trees and do open burning. Like recently, I saw on the CNN, actually, was so lonely. The smoke was there, and they closed their eyes on there in Indonesia. Again, it's something like an annual affair, And I don't see anyone pulling up the courage and tell them, please stop it. There's some people who think it's my elder brother, let them burn. Let them burn. There must be someone who is daring enough to please stop it. And the researchers who go around hunting, to find out who are those who are doing open burning. And then, surprisingly, it was Malaysian typhoons, People typhoons. You see people from Indonesia, typhoons from Malaysia, going there, cutting down the trees and open burning. Lots of things like this happen because they tamper with nature. But sometimes we cut trees. In America today, you don't cut the trees. They have area when you cut the trees, you replant. If you want to plant it, you just cut. There's no environmental bodies to see that they replant the trees. You just let them cut and burn. Why? Because money. What's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to the future? Even if you have valid cultures in this society, it's also no point. Because the future is big for them. That's it. Because we don't have a good future. This is something which we have to seriously discuss. And I suggest that as people are praying to the Creator, you must, as far as possible, try to keep nature as it is. So what do you do? Join up with the, what's called as organizations. What organizations you have to, what organization you have in Singapore? Environmental what? Huh? No, that's government. Private bodies. Greenpeace, okay, Greenpeace is one, yeah. But Greenpeace is a big problem, it's a big problem. Sometimes they don't have enough support. They can't put the pellet of coal, they shoot near to the Greenpeace. There's one case, I don't know where, they can't put them fire. Then the Greenpeace and try them off. If you allow them to go to ground, broadcast people to see what is right and what is wrong. But if you can become members of Greenpeace, private bodies, environmental bodies, then not only you join, but you must also remember, you must also start a body. This earth must have a body that will oversee tempering of human beings. I don't know if they have such a body. They don't have. Singapore started, yeah, many of you people here who are graduates and all that. So you started. Have a movement to stop people from tempering. Like this. What do you call that? I forgot the name of that. The sheep and all. Cloning, okay, cloning. I mean, do we agree or not if it comes to human cloning? You have to take it seriously, So this thing is already out. We are talking about changing intelligence, selecting genes, and then cloning.
Hello.
You have to give it serious thought and you really must think about it. Really sit down, write down the pros and cons of tampering with human beings. We try to get the best. Like this show, the detector is proof that the invalid can also be a valid. We have here. If you have not seen this show, Peking has got laser disc. For it, instead of sometimes go for discussions like that, we look at that show. After seeing a show, let's go to the whole show. After seeing the show, then we sit down and think. And each of you, give your opinion about the show. Whether you support this classification of human beings or not. And this is very important. You need not every now and then we go to the same discussions about funeral. You must go academic. You must go academic at times. The shows where I just saw the show last night. We have morning one something. The show proves to me one that an invalid can be a valid. Very interesting show. And it just came to me as I was sitting down here. One subject I'm going to speak on somebody. So I said, well, I think that the best thing to do is to open your mind to such futures. You have to prepare for such futures. Because who knows, maybe one of you think you have the money, you buy the genes, selective genes. that case, God need not create man and woman. Measure, just take James from one professor from the bank, they can put in the book. Why God have man and woman? Why do people get married? Why do they have a family? This is something which you have to also think about it. Because this is tampering with nature itself. You read the papers. This morning or yesterday. You see, this woman had a son. The son suffering from diabetic and what's called schizophrenia, and then the woman died. The son cannot take care of himself. And you want to come? Who's that? And he died. And then there was this other case. This woman was only 27. She died. And the child was 6 years old. The child was a blanket covered up. And the child goes to school. Come back. Then the teacher noticed the child dressed shabby and getting thinner all the time. And she's not properly fed. Then somehow this was reported to police went around, found that mother died, and the child all the time thought the mother was weak. You know, these two cases, you look at the two cases carefully. These are real cases happen, yes, certainly in America. We have to ask ourselves, what kind of society do we want? Do we want a society where divorce is at a click of a finger, or you want a family society? Or you want a Western society or a family society? But because in both cases, both the woman and no husband. Why? Because of the modern society. Because divorce is so easy. And today you get married, tomorrow you get divorced. And then you get a child and you don't have proper parental care, you don't have a father of the child. And now people are talking about single motherhood. Go to the bank, buy the sperm, and then get pregnant and then have a child. And today also some countries they encourage a single mother. And some women they say, well, it's good to be a single mother, but what's going to happen when you have a child and after birth, not long after that, all of a sudden you have not calculated when you're going to die, or you just sleep and fall and knock on your head and you're dead, and the child is a house, maybe 1 year old. The door is locked and everything is there. What's going to happen? Then you say, single motherhood is good. This is the good thing about single motherhood, who's going to take care of the child. See, all these things you must be careful thought. Before you will voice out, say, I support single motherhood, I support single motherhood. But of course, if people want to have single motherhood, we cannot stop it. This is a democratic. But what we do is that we discourage people who are praying to the Creator. We want it in nature also. Man, woman, God created man, God created woman, get married. Then you are close to nature. You have to be very close to nature to get the respect of nature. And you are not close to nature and you don't get the respect of nature, and you will lose nature. here I'll tell you about nature, And one discussion, one chap came out and said, hey, God is nature. Everything of nature. Oh. I said, no. Nature is not God. Cannot be God. Cannot be the creator. What is nature? How can nature be God? We have been praying to the Creator, realized that there's such a thing as the divine law of nature. Nature is defined as the divine law of nature. For example, the sun generates heat, accommodating us. So that is why we won't get burned. We won't be burnt to death. Or we won't turn to ice cubes because the sun generates heat, accommodating us. See how lucky you are. And the earth rotates in a way that we can now walk happily. We go a bit faster, we'll be hopping like the kangaroos. The rotation of the earth. And it revolves around the sun. Why? Because there's the divine law of nature in God's creation. Everything is living. The sun is living, the earth is living, the elements are living. You pick up a spoon, you look at it, the science says, this is a living matter, this is a non-living matter. But to me, as a spiritualist, everything is living. Everything is living. Even a piece of rock that you pick up. Because that rock can change. The process of change of that rock itself is proof that it is living. And even a leaf drops from the tree. That also is living because the leaf will decay. To the extent that it goes back to the earth and becomes humus soil. Actually it's living. Nothing is there. God has not lived. Even this shirt of mine is living because it's got atoms. Atoms of similar nature, and you can do it and you can sew it. Because it's a cloth, very thin, from the thread of plants, becomes cloth. They are still atoms of the same nature because of they are being created for you. And the elements are created for you. We have this building in our neighbor here, it's being built up. Steel bar. Then you have wood, then you use water, concrete, mix it, and then you have, fire to put up the steel bars, and then you have sand, pebbles, mixed with the concrete. What we refer to this building, so the elements are there. That's for you. The Creator created for you. That's why you are here today, to respect the Creator. In which manner, in what way you respect the Creator? To kneel down, face skyward and pray to the Creator? And there was one, this man, he said, you pray to Creator, you kneel face skywards. Alright, you pray to the Creator and then but we pray to the Creator through this. can also pray to the Creator. I said, why? The Creator is everywhere. What is that? And he says, God is in me, God is in that. I said, no. I said, maybe you are right in your understanding. But can I explain to you? Yes, you explain to me. Why you must kneel down and pray? Why can't you just pray to this idol? I said, you can if you want, to stop you. I was one time praying to this idol too. But I got out of it. Because if you look at me, statue is made of bronze. It's just earth, one part of earth, one part of earth. Your human being, what are you? You are, Chinese they call it metal, and you are also wood, and you are also liquid water, you are also fire, you are also earth. All combined together, it's a human being. You have everything in you. But God has created everything for you. Not for you to pray to. I said, that has got God's consciousness. But God is not there. God is not in me. I've got God's consciousness. I've got a subconscious mind to tell me what I'm doing is right or wrong. When I know that what I've been doing were all wrongs, then I got out of it. That's why I said, I got my enlightenment. And in this enlightenment, I must share with all my friends so that I would be selfish. So God's consciousness, God's consciousness is the elements, and the 5 elements. God's consciousness, but God Himself is not there. This is one thing I said, I hope you will be able to understand. Then listen to me and he says, well, I accept it, but I still like to pray to that idol. I said, by all means, carry on. You know why? You cannot tell that he is wrong, because he has been praying to the idol for transitioning, he has been praying to the idol for thousands of years. Like my father and his father before him. So my father brought back the picture of the general, and then brought back the idol 1 year. I followed my father and stood there with his picture. But I remember once my father brought back a new picture after that picture was eaten by silverfish or rotting. Then I was the one open up the frame, pick up the old picture, put in the new picture, and I screwed it back. Oh no, last time it used not like this gum, the starch gum, starch. I sealed it back, put it back. Then the next day I prayed to it again. Even at that age I was wondering, I put you there. And my father brought me back. You know where he got back? It's only a picture. And the old one, I took out. I prayed to you and I took it out. So give me thought. Why don't I pray to the one who drew the picture? He's greater. He's greater. The man who drew the picture. Likewise, why don't we pray to the Creator who created everything for us? Have you heard of the 2 great artists? I tell you the story of this great artist. This artist went up to the hilltop and he saw that no one that ever paints and all that. But that artist was speaking somewhere. So, this artist started painting the grapes. So realistic. The grapes came, the birds came, the pecking on the grapes. Oh, I'm great. I'm great. So, he went off. Then, this artist, another artist came along and said, why? He saw a bird flying off and then he goes there. The bird is pecking on these grapes. He said, it's such a beautiful painting. I better paint a cloth and cover it. Paint a beautiful piece of cloth and cover the grapes. Then the other artist came back. Goodness me, who went and covered my painting? Well, that time opened the door. My goodness me, this is a painting. This is a painting. But these are all paintings. But you must know the greatest painter. You know who is the greatest painter? Who can just by thought paint you out, and by thought you walk and you walk. By thought. And that is the greatest painter. And more than that. And more than that. And we are praying to the greatest painter. One painter can cheat another painter, you know. But at the end of the day, they cannot cheat God. In this world, you can cheat another human being. At the end of the day, you cannot cheat somebody. You cheat yourself. But you cannot cheat God. Because everything that you do, it is recorded within you. Everything that you do is recorded within you. Just like the computer. This is an accounting unit. This is an accounting software that, you know, you go to the computer, buy, sell, debit, creditors, debtors, cash in hand, cash in bank. You do all the typing. At the end of the year, one tax comes the profit, trading and loss account. Net profit, high, good for you. Net loss, bad for you. But that is an analogy for the human being. I just came back from Australia. This man, his name is Paul. The minute I said, come, let us sit down, give thoughts. Let's give ourselves maybe a few minutes, just a few minutes to think about whether we have a soul or not. Well, he's going for his graduate in computer. He was the first to give me an answer. Nothing. It's like the computer is switch on, switch off, then switch off. No, yeah, nothing. He says that. I said, you're right. You are perfectly right. You must never say a man is wrong. Tell him that he's right. Give him the realization so that he will know that he may be wrong. But say that he's right. Tell him, you're perfectly right. Yeah, you switch off, there's nothing. You're right. But who is the man who switched off the computer? You? Yes, I switched on. It's off. I switched on. It's on. You switch off electricity. There's no can put up the mother world and put up everything, put up the biology, put up the human stuff. You are like a creator. You switch on and off. Likewise, your human body. Who switches off? You're going to die one of these days. Who's going to switch off? You switch off, your soul leaves the body. What's going to happen? You switch on, you're born. The soul comes to the body. You're there. And the soul itself is an energy. You have within you the consciousness of right and wrong. Every time you do something right, the wrong will tell you don't do. If you do something wrong, the right will tell you don't do. But then you decide on what you do, right or wrong. It may be wrong for you to cheat somebody or to cheat the bank. But you think it's right. Then you make the decision and then it's recorded energy. It's recorded there in your soul. The soul is solid there. It's recorded. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Things you say you're going to change. Okay, ready. Things you say you're going to change and you don't change. God, debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, plus, minus, at the end of the day, net profit, net loss. So, where do you go? You go to that line, the particular line, all waiting for you. There's such a thing as heaven and hell. Or, the word is being used so commonly used, heaven and hell. But it's just not heaven, hell, it's just planes. Go to a plane which is positive 3.45. You go, when you soul leave the body, you have the positive 3.45 plane. You go to the 3.45 plane, a positive 3.45 plane. It's a plane where you live peacefully forever. Or you get a negative output at the end of the day. Your soul leaves the body, negative 4.25. So you go to that negative 4.25 and then you go there and that's where you suffer. You have to suffer. And then later part after your sufferings, after your especially those who were born to the negative plane, they come back and keep on reincarnation. In 5K go, what you want is get out of this vicious cycle of reincarnation. To get out of this vicious cycle of reincarnation. That's what the Bible is all about. To save your soul so that you will not come back to this earth to reincarnate. You come back to this earth to reincarnate, you come to your family to pray to the Creator. You've done bad, you go to hell, you suffer, you go to the negative plane, then you suffer. And you are born into a family where your family prays to the Creator. Then, of course, you're lucky. Of course, your parents will preach to you and tell you that you must think good, see good, hear good, speak good, do good. You must not fear anything except the Creator. And then you follow. At the end of the day, you go to the positive. You choose. It's there for your taking. Your life is what you make it to be. It is not fate. It's fated lah, it's born rich. The rich man has got his examination. If he's so rich, you want to see how he spends his money. He spends his money wrongly. You know? Buy weapons to kill somebody. To produce his money to go to politics and to support corruption and all that, to get things done for himself, for his own selfish attitude. And that's all wrong. The rich man is rich, how his exam is how he's going to spend his money. The poor man is poor, how he's He's going to rob, he's going to cheat somebody. It's all that, my brothers. Your life is what you make it to be. You need to go to examination and you die to it. And when you die, you will actually live. That's pray, what it's all about, praying to the Creator. Looks so simple. But then for you to go through life and pray to the Creator, you must fear nothing except the Creator. You must think good, see good, hear good, feel good, and do good. It's not easy to do good, you know. Looks easy, but it's not easy. Sometimes you want to do good. You may even go to jail for doing good. If people don't like you, you do good, you may even go to jail for it. Yeah. I've been to jail. But that was an experience. It's a really good experience. I love it. I have no grudge against my devil. I would thank that. Because that makes me more determined to succeed. You know? That's why I think positive. That's why all of you must think positive. And see positive, hear positive, speak positive, and think positive. You want to preach? Then you must come for the seminar. The annual seminar. You learn how to preach. You just cannot do that. This fellow is this spiritual understanding. You cannot go tell someone that his spiritual understanding is poor and all that. You can't do this kind of thing. You cannot just go and say, you are wrong, I'm right. There's no such thing as right. Right and wrong itself is subjective. He had been doing in this way of life for so many, for umpteen of years. You come and tell him one day, you are wrong. No, you can't do that. You just have to tell him what you want to do. And he accepts it, then let him realize that he is wrong himself. He himself must realize that he is wrong. You cannot tell him that he is wrong. This is what praying to the Creator is all about. You must understand that right, wrong is all, they are all subjective. Okay, I'll end here in English, then I have to go to Cantonese.